Hello everyone, my name is Abby Bliss White and welcome to my channel. Today we're going to have a little fun smelling through commodity perfumes. Right now Commodity has launched their archive fragrances that are only going to be available through April 8th. So what I'm just going to do today is walk you through all the fragrances that are available until April 8th. These are the archived fragrances that were beloved by many, but then they archive them. And I have the complete discovery set as well as a full bottle of my personal favorite. So if you're interested in learning a little bit more about the archived commodity perfumes, then let's go ahead and get started. Okay, real quick, these archived perfumes are only going to be available until April 8th. So if you are interested in any of these, then I would say quickly grab your bottle. Today I'm going to go through the complete archived discovery kit and walk you through these 11 fragrances, give you my thoughts on them, and we're going to go ahead, start right up at the top with leather. It's always fun to do a little perfume party with you all, so I'm just going to kind of briefly give you my thoughts on these, give you a little description. This first one is leather. Definitely giving me that sort of new car vibes, like leather seats or a really kind of beautiful leather handbag. This rich composition evokes the supple raw texture of new leather with an aromatic blend of balsamic labdanum, an animalic black leather accord, and a spicy akagala wood accord. I'm definitely getting the kind of raw leather vibe in here. I wouldn't necessarily say this is super animalic, to be honest. This one smells amazing. I'm not someone who totally gravitates towards leather fragrances. This one smells a little smoother to me than animalic, I would say. But for those of you who really enjoy that kind of texture of leather, that kind of smell of, again, I'm kind of going into like my first impression was fresh, brand new car with leather seats. That's what it smelled like to me. Next, we have one called Way. I believe it was previously called Whiskey. And honestly, this is definitely for all of you that love boozy fragrances. This one smells really good. Definitely getting all the booze in here. This is described as a warm, spicy scent. It's inspired by American bourbon casks and rare Irish whiskeys. The timeless blend is filled with layers of mahogany, oak, and vanilla. This one smells really good. Again, that one's going to be for any of you that love boozy fragrances. I do love the little touch of vanilla in here as well. So again, this is kind of reminding me of my friend Mandy Davis. She loves boozy scents and she loves Ireland. So to me, I would say yes, this would be definitely a Mandy scent here. Next, we have Vetiver here. And let me do a little sniffaroo here. This woody floral scent embodies a divine sensuality. It is a harmonious marriage of vintage jasmine, Haitian vetiver, and patchouli. This one's super addictive, very interesting. I love that it has that little bit of jasmine in here. Of course, anything with patchouli to me has sort of addictive nature to it. So first impressions is I really like this Vetiver one. I think that it's definitely I think this one's definitely interesting. I like the little bit of earthiness in here. And for me, that's definitely one I'm gonna come back and smell in a bit because that one is definitely, like, first impression was a bit addictive. Okay, the next one we have is Commodity Bois. So we're gonna have a woody scent here. Let me go ahead. One thing I would say about commodity fragrances is I've really never smelled one that is like bad or anything that's like turned me off. I'm already a fan of the brand, but I find them to be very accessible. And there's definitely fragrances that I'm not going to gravitate towards, but it's never had like a scent where I've been like, ooh, you know, I've had a very visceral experience to it. I would say they're very accessible and likable. So Bois, this seductive composition maintains the strength of woods while also exploring their softer side with its modern blend of warm Bois de cedar, Australian sandalwood, and spicy pink pepper. This is a really beautiful kind of soft, creamy sandalwood fragrance. I definitely am getting that creaminess from Bois. I really like this one as well. I would say soft and subtle on Bois. So if you're somebody who gravitates towards more woody scents and you want something that's a little bit softer and creamier, Bois would be a good one. And then next we have Commodity Wool. I'm very intrigued by wool here. Okay, first impression, I haven't read anything about it or the notes. This one is like a really very appealing cologne. That's what I would say. It's like almost as if I've smelled this on somebody before. This has this kind of clean cologne aromatic feel to it. So let's see. This is a warm woody fragrance, captures the pure indulgence of a perfectly cozy sweater. Like cashmere, it caresses the skin with notes of rich amber, earthy vetiver, and sweet bourbon vanilla. Okay, this one is like interesting because I'm getting sort of like a freshy, like it came out very fresh to me. But then of course, as I'm reading the description, I love that kind of this beautiful, cozy kind of cashmere sweater. To me, this was as if I am hugging somebody that I love. That was sort of my first instinct of wool. Wool is definitely going up to the top as far as my favorites. I'm going to put that over here. And then we're going to move on to, and we're going to start with Nectar here. And full disclosure, I have been into soft florals lately. So there's a few of these in here that I cannot wait to get my nose on because that's just what I've been gravitating towards lately. Okay, this one I am definitely smelling neroli. This is a really kind of delicious, I want to say orange blossom neroli fragrance. Let me see what the description says here. This is inspired by bright citrus fruits and freshly picked neroli blossoms. This luminous and vibrant fragrance blends juicy fruits of pomelo and tangerine with bitter neroli and floral honeysuckle. This one is spring in a bottle. That's what I would say. This one just immediately is going to give you a smile on your face. If you are somebody who loves neroli scents, I feel like neroli scents have this very sort of invigorating freshness to them. It's a really pretty floral. I find that some people either they love neroli or they don't. I'm somebody who does love neroli, and I'm really liking this Nectar. Again, it gave me an immediate smile, and it is something that is perfect for spring. The next one is Magnolia. This is another one that I could not wait to get my nose on. Okay, my first impression of Magnolia, you guys are just smelling these along with me, is this smells like a really good luxury shampoo to me. I'm somebody, again, who I enjoy sort of those shampoo-y, sometimes kind of soapy, clean fragrances. Upon first smell of this, that's what it is smelling like to me, is like a really luxury kind of spa-like shampoo. So let's see how I did. This is described as this green floral fragrance is the start of a great love story. A carefree duet of crisp greens and soft florals, notably magnolia and water lily, are anchored in an alluring musk base. That smells so good. So if you are looking for like a crisp, clean, soft floral fragrance, you like the idea of kind of soap and shampoo scents, especially when the weather is hot. I often find that people want to feel clean and fresh. Magnolia would be the way to go. And then full disclosure here, I already have a bottle of the next one, so I already love this one. This is Mimosa, and this one is always kind of described as the perfect scent to go out to brunch with your girlfriends. So think about that. This is going to be for all of you that love a good fruity floral scent. This one's going to be like a super easy wear, like when you're not sure what to wear. This would be a good one to put on. This is described as the best addition to Sunday brunch. This bright and luminous fragrance will uplift your senses. This fruity floral scent sparkles with bubbly champagne, blood orange, mandarin, and sheer jasmine. Again, I already own Mimosa. It's just a really happy fragrance, and I like the idea of that kind of sparkly champagne touch. That definitely is in here. Just a fabulous, uplifting fragrance. And then next we have Bergamot, and I'm pretty sure I'm already going to love this. So Bergamot's always going to be kind of citrusy. I love it in fragrances when it opens up with a little citrus burst with bergamot. So let's go ahead, take a little smell here. This is actually a bit more complex than I was expecting, so let me read about that. This energizing blend of citrus is fresh yet sophisticated. Nailed it. Okay, sparkling clementine and green violet leaf support the citrus bergamot signature, while amberous oil imparts a creamy final effect. This one too gave off the initial vibes of like a really sophisticated aromatic cologne to me. And I say that in the best way. Like, I would love for my husband to smell this one. I feel like he would like it a lot. Definitely unisex. I would totally wear this. And I think it's kind of a more sophisticated take on a citrus fragrance. Okay. Next I have gin, and I always have to laugh about gin because in college my worst hangover ever was from gin. So I have to admit, sometimes I have an association. If I smell juniper berry like gin in fragrances, it will make me kind of conjure up. That's how bad the hangover was. So I just find this funny. Let's see how boozy or gin this smells like. Luckily, I would say this fragrance, it has a kind of effervescence. Like, I am thinking of like tonic, like gin and tonic in here, but like high grade. This is not going to be like what I was drinking back in college, but it definitely has kind of that gin note in it. But to be honest, this is actually something that like it's appealing to me. Like, there is something that I kind of like about it. Can't quite I can't quite put my nose on the note in here, but there's something that is balancing out kind of this citrusy, effervescent opening of this. It definitely does have that gin note in here, but there's definitely some sort of spice in here that I'm liking. So let me read about this one. It says it's inspired by a lavish night out with endless possibilities ahead. This fresh and woody blend of juniper berry, lime, and ginger leaf is distilled with utter finesse. Okay, it's that ginger. I was like, there's something that I have smelled in here that I like. So I guess what I would say is this is like a fancy gin and tonic with like ginger that has been mulled in there. Like it's a definitely like a high end, you're at a fancy cocktail bar and they're doing all sorts of cool things. Okay, this next one, this is one I already like. I have smelled it before. This is Rain. And again, I live in the Pacific Northwest. So when I smelled this, it reminded me of living here because we get a lot of rain, and you definitely get that lovely like walking out after a rainstorm. There is this kind of earthiness that you like, the air feels clean, but then there's like, you know, all the trees that have been rained on and all the flowers that are starting to bloom in here. So this one is stunning. This definitely has some florals in here, and I definitely feel like I am walking out, like this would be like a perfect day where it has rained here, but it is spring. So everything is just lush right now. It's very green. Things are blooming, and you're definitely smelling everything that is blooming. You're smelling the earthiness. People are starting to put down mulch. So there's kind of that earthiness as well. Let me see how this is described. Like a cleansing walk in the rain, this refreshing and aquatic scent combines clean water musk with a delicate floral symphony of lotus blossom, lemon, verbena, and jasmine. And again, right now, the jasmine is blooming, and when I'm taking a walk, it's like, wow. I'm somebody who loves jasmine, and I'm definitely picking this up, but think of this as definitely a little dewy, I would say. It is truly really stunning. And then last but not least, they launched Orris, which is a fresh, musky floral. Okay. This is like such a beautiful scent. So I think a lot of people are going to love Orris. This is described as a soft floral fragrance that offers a contrasting duality between sparkling freshness and warm sensuality. Spicy pink peppercorn and earthy patchouli are combined with the elegant tonality of Italian Orris to reveal a beautiful, fresh floral sea. And I think they nailed it with that description because there's sort of this, soft floral airiness to it, but there's also this earthy note to it when I think of kind of the buttery, like the bulb of an iris, like the Orris bulb. There's almost like this creamy warmth to it instead of like the top of the iris, which is often going to think of like powdery irises. Oftentimes iris scents are a little bit more powdery and airy. So if you're thinking of the bulb, it's definitely got this sort of earthy touch to this. So they're right. They've got this kind of soft floral here, but it's definitely tempered with that earthy patchouli. So I always say patchouli can be kind of gravitate towards being a clean note or an earthy patchouli. In this fragrance, it is a bit more earthy. And this one has this kind of rich warmth to it. Like I feel like it's going to warm up on the skin a bit. But that being said, it's not too heavy or dense. There is a slight freshness to it. I feel like that one's another one that's like perfect for this time of year. This one's slightly floral, slightly woody. It's got a little bit of airiness, a slight powderiness to it, but then it has this rich warmth base in it. So definitely a really intoxicating fragrance. And then my personal favorite, the one that I have a full bottle of. There's so many in here and I was kind of vacillating between about 3 of them, but I ended up going with the beautiful Nectar again. And again, this is the one that is inspired by bright citrus fruits, as well as the freshly picked neroli blossoms. It's got a little bit of juiciness in here with some pomelo as well as tangerine. And then in the base, it's got this very clean musk and some woodiness with vetiver. This one just really is, it's gonna put a smile on my face. It's perfect for spring, and I love the cool bottles that it comes in. When you purchase a bottle, you are going to get a full bottle of the perfume, but you're also going to get a travel atomizer with the tool to put the fragrance inside. So honestly, I don't think you can really go wrong with any of these. They're only going to be available until April 8th. So if you're interested, I would grab one of these now. I would say I'm interested in Orris, as well as Magnolia. I really liked the Vetiver, as well as, surprisingly, the gin. I can't even believe I'm going to say it, but gin. I really liked wool. Oh my gosh. Okay, I like a lot of these, but basically those would be the ones that are kind of coming off the top of my head. So as usual, I love to hear from you. Which one of these sounds the most intriguing to you? Let me know, and I will link below all the information along with the links down in the description box. Thank you so much for watching, and I will be back with another video soon.